The other day, a cockroach scurried across our kitchen floor. Now, I knew it was my responsibility to deal with it, but Alyssa's response to it got me wondering why people are so freaked out by these insects. After all, unlike other insects, they don't bite, they don't sting, they don't suck our blood, they don't cause disease, they really don't have much of a threat on us at all. So why do they creep us out? I asked Alyssa and she said because they're icky and they turn up in areas you don't want them to, like in kids' toy boxes. And I asked others and they had a similar disdain for them. They didn't like how fast they were and how erratically they moved around people. Some said that they look greasy and they're filthy and they're associated with contamination. And others said that they don't like the terrible smell they emit. Truth is, the cockroaches have their reasons for this. They look greasy because they're slick and they can move super fast and then get into crevices and areas that perhaps they couldn't if they didn't have that shiny exoskeleton. They're super fast for the obvious reason that they can avoid predators. They're actually one of the fastest animals on the planet for their size. Some other cool things about cockroaches is there's over 4,500 species of them, 400 of which are found here in Australia and less than 30 odd that we actually encounter. There are some seriously large cockroaches, this big in northern Australia, called burrowing cockroaches, but we rarely ever see them because of course they burrow. These guys here are called native cockroaches, also known as Gisborne cockroaches in New Zealand. They're the most common cockroach we find here in Melbourne. They mainly feed on wood and they're not interested in our food unless it's decaying. In terms of calling them filthy, they're not filthy at all. They're actually quite clean. They don't carry any disease. Basically are no threat to us at all. There is another species I encountered recently called an Australian cockroach. The irony is it's actually not native to Australia. Scientists don't actually know its orientation. It's been around for that long. These ones live mostly outdoors and feed on plants and decaying matter. And look, this clip isn't meant to make you love cockroaches. It's just to make you think a bit differently about them, because that, after all, is the whole purpose of these local Wildlife Wednesdays, is to give you a bit more of a connection to the species around us. And hopefully a cockroach can be spared instead of squashed.